Hello, Adhpa here. So, thought I'd come on in solidarity with readers out there in the bathrobe. This is solidarity for Linda G and for Danny Shea joining the club today, although this will go up tomorrow. I guess I want to say a couple of things. I want to talk a little bit today about my philosophy on connection, balance, energy agency, and how it applies to what we're doing now. I also want to, off the top, refer you to an excellent video on YouTube that if you haven't already seen it, I highly encourage you to go watch. It's put out on David Little Elk's channel. It was the one that he put up yesterday. When you see this, it will have been yesterday, February 3rd, 2025, and it really gives you, if you will pay attention to it and consider it carefully, all the information you need to know to understand what is going on now and what you can do about it as well, and clue you into just how possible it is in this time, in this energy, to create to create a system that honors the earth for us to walk forward with, that has aspects of technology in it as well. That can be done, but it takes a considered effort. So, and then what I want to do a reading on is what I'm going to briefly describe, which is essentially working from what David Little Elk has put out about the medicine wheel and combining it with my own understanding of balancing the four faculty groups that we have as individuals, as humans, in order to create, through connection and working with the energies, a good way, in fact, the highest good way for Earth and all the relations, because we're all connected, and it does little for humanity to save each other and destroy the earth. In fact, they won't win that war. So, okay, so here's the theory, right? Humans have faculties. You know what your physical faculties are. You run, you walk, you jump, you pick things up, you use tools, all these physical faculties. We also have mental faculties, and you know what those are. You can think, you can imagine things, you can read things and understand it and integrate it. That's mind stuff. And we have emotional faculties, and you all know what those are. You can be overwhelmed with feelings of fear, anger, love, joy, terror, frustration, impatience, whatever it is. In fact, we have this constantly ongoing emotional response to the world. And then we have energy or spiritual faculties. These are not something that can be taken out of the pie. It's not a leg that can be removed. It's a set of additional human faculties. And those are the things that let us have, intuition, also to be able to generate and emit our own feelings and energies and send them out. That's working with the energy. So for instance, if you feel an energy, an emotion of overwhelming awe from a connection, you might look behind it and see that the energy behind that is love, right? So, but you can respond to the emotion, which is a feeling, which isn't going to last very long. It's a, you know, it's something that's generated through the gestalt of communication and relationship, and you have this emotional love response or infatuation response, but it won't last. But the energy behind it, the love, that lasts if you continue to create it, if you continue to use your faculties to emit it through your emotions, through feeling it. And then that leads you to thinking about things you can do from that. And that leads you to actions in the world with your physical body that can manifest that. And that leads you back to spirit again, where you can again be inspired by the energy behind the emotions to what your power is. Now, what is the connected? So it's very all well and good to have your faculties and understand them and have agency. But if you put that to a purpose that harms others, which you can do, it will not benefit you, because there's a truth about our connection. And none of these things that I'm speaking about are unseen. These are the seen connections. Just look around you. So what is it? Where do your feet stand? Where is your head? What's out beyond the sky? What's that big tall thing in the distance with the trees on it? Who are these birds flying? See, it's all there. And the truth of it is also there. People like to say they reincarnated from the stars, or they did this or they did that, and they might. I'm not saying they didn't. I don't know. But I know they were born on the earth, right? They were born of the earth. And so that gives you a connection. You connect that earth to universe. That's just there. There are a whole lot of other unseen beings in between there. And some of them show up a lot of times, you know. You might see clouds. You might see things in the sky that you know are not just things in the sky. They're definitive and a message for you. So there are unseen things that we can see sometimes, and there are ways, if you are truly connected and working for Earth, for highest good, for all the relations, then you may be able to work with some of those unseen beings if you know how to approach them and how to protect yourself when you do, and them and everything else. So there's ways, but you can't learn those ways if you aren't even connected to the earth first. So, you know, years ago I started a business. It was called Earth Think. And that's why. That's what that was about. Think of Earth in everything you do. Think of Earth in everything you do. So that unfortunately didn't work out, but it gave me a lot of experience with people who do walk Earth ways, truly, and people who say they do, and people who say they want to, and people who never do. That was my blessing, to walk that way, to be able to experience because of it. And it brought me to healing. It brought me to the healing that nothing, no doctors, no hospitals, no Johns Hopkins, none of them could heal me. They finally admitted, yes, I did have that injury. Had to convince them because they don't know how to read x-rays. Anyway, because everything's connected, see, so the x-ray only showed what was happening to the thing it was connected to. Anyway, but that's how you do it. So what I like to do now is pull down and throw a reading just on all that I just talked about and see what the cards have to say. Now, the cards are not the spirits. The cards are cards. They're cards with pictures. But something in me, when I work with the cards, is able to organize the energies of the cards in a way that they can provide insight through discussing them into the issue. See? That's exploration, not divination. There's a difference. And I'm not going to get into divination and whether or not divination is appropriate, except to say that I think there must be a great depth of skill with the first kind before you would get to that as a reader. So there are readers out there that I have found are connected and bring forth connected information in the cards that moves their discussion along. I don't consider that divination, and I think it's super, super sound and really entertaining and enjoyable. But at the bottom line is, whoever you see, whatever you watch, you assess it in your system. If it works for you, it works for you. Wonderful, use that. So that's all I'll say on that. And then I will bring us down, and we're going to use that Aquarian tarot because we're all up in Aquarius these days. All right, hold on. Okay, so I did some shuffling, but I'll do some more here. And I'm going to focus in on what can the cards bring out about this earth, sky connection and balance and walking earth ways. What can the cards tell us about this? You can see them, but I'm not looking at them. Always forget to flip them over. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Oh, Tower moment. Oh, dear. Okay, so that's a current signifier card. That's the situation. Could, in this context, could be a couple of things. It could refer to bringing down a way of belief that this is a completely different thing. This completely is different and would change everything. Could refer to our current scenario that there is this thing going down, a complete tearing down. That could refer to the earth cleansing, but the more we read, the more we'll know. But those are some ideas that card brings up for me. Okay, the challenge card is the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is, it's in that suit about the physical well-being. It's about juggling it. It's about decisions that have to be made for well-being. So this is looking very much like this is referring to either when you're in a tower moment or the world is in a tower moment and you're juggling well-being. You're balancing your well-being against what? What is that what? What is that what you're balancing it against? If you're balancing it against Earth, for your personal well-being, these are very important decisions. You have to be very careful. Do we have control over the Two of Cups? Cup suit refers to spirit, right? The spiritual faculties, again, the two, a decision. It's about bringing energies together. It can also refer to that dualism. If you only see this or that and you don't also see or the other, that's not reality. And so it's saying you have control over that, or we have had control over that, how we work together as spirits. The past, the Ten of Pentacles. That's reaching the limits of well-being. That's the 10. You reach the limit. It's as good as it's going to get. No. I mean, but it is, in a way. It's the legacy. So what legacy has humanity brought to the table? Is it taking care of Earth? Or is it destroying the Earth for some coins, which aren't even well-being? Coins are just coins. What's over top of it? The Knight. The Knight of Pentacles. These are actions of well-being. This is the part we can't control. True actions of well-being. These are the Earth's Knights. You can't control that because we're children of Earth. Earth will outlive us. But if we take care of her, she will take care of us. She's faithful. She follows certain ways. What is happening? What's ahead? Important aspect, the Empress. Yeah, it's growing. Earth wisdom, Earth energy, Earth love, feminine divine. I don't care what you call it. It's growing. It's important now. Something's being birthed. Something's coming better. But there has to be a purification. There has to be a cleansing. Where we are in relation to it, Four of Cups. Fours are after you have agreement. It's a commitment. And this requires a spiritual commitment. But we don't like it. We're contemplating it. Or maybe you know what your spiritual commitment is. But it's to the earth. It comes to the cups, to the earth. 4 cups, 3 on the earth. Right? You could say 2 on the earth, 1 in between, and 1 from above. You could say your soul, earth soul, sky soul, universe soul, if you want. You can say it how you want it, but this all has to come together. There has to be a commitment. We have to have a commitment. The circumstances around us, 3 of Swords. This is where you have unity, but you don't have commitment. So unity in thinking and ideas without commitment is deadly. It's lethal. Right? Because if you don't have the commitment, there's no follow through. Someone can come in when you're halfway there and rip it all down and start again and go halfway and rip it all down. That's what that is. Hopes and fears. The Hanged Man. Yeah. You know, this of course, if you look in Odin, it's a sacred thing. You hang upside down and grab the wisdom from the bottom of the lake. It's also suspension. it's also turning it upside down. Your head is in the wrong place. Your head is in the wrong place. You're gonna have to turn it around. You're hanging by one foot. That's supposed to be on the ground. You got it up in the air. Final outcome is 10 of Cups. That's the fulfillment of spirit. But it also says you've got as much as you can from the skies. Start looking at the earth. Okay. And bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. This is the internal actions for well-being. This is Earth talking to you from inside. She's under everything. Ah, love it. Okay, I'll bring you back up. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. I found that very comforting, encouraging. You know, I'd like to share some of my story online so you can understand exactly how I've walked in these ways in my life and how it has helped me as I've been walking for the earth. There's so much that's available to us if we will connect to our mother, as well as our Father, sky and universe and the other interdimensionals that are here also taking care of Earth and other homes in the universe. So that's all I have to say today. I hope you like it. It's all for entertainment only, just sharing my philosophy and the ways that I explore it. But I would love to have any questions, comments. I'd love to have subscribers. So if this is interesting to people, you know, I'm happy to think about bringing people on to also share their perspectives. I'd really like to do that eventually. I might not be quite ready for that setup yet, but we could get there. So if that's something that you would like, drop me a comment, subscribe, get this out to people. Gin up some love. Gin up some love for Adhpa. Okay, I know Heidi made a couple appearances. Manksy's not in here yet, but I put up a video of him yesterday when I actually did it last night. I'm doing this video in your yesterday, so we're really time hopping. But last night, or 2 nights before you see this, I caught him sneaking around. So look for that. Okay. See ya. Love ya.